Hi everyone, it's Bridget with Bees Altered Designs. I am coming to you with a quick tip and a project share. But first I want to show you the tip that I have. This is using Sacrafter Doors. And this is the wood that she had before she changed to the MDF wood. So, and a lot of this wood warps pretty badly, and this one did come to me. I bought these two doors because I was going to do a mini album with them, but they were very bent, and I kind of just put them on a shelf and left them there, and I hadn't done anything with them. And then I came up with a Christmas idea for them, but I wanted to get them a little straighter. I didn't want it as warped as it was, and this I've worked on already, so it's not as warped as it used to be, but it could still bend a little bit more. And I just want to show you what I did to get it to kind of bend a little straighter. So what you want to do is you want to just spray it with water and get it good and wet. And you can see that it doesn't lay down. It's kind of wobbly. The water will suck it down to the table actually, but it's still, you know, very, very warped. So anyway, so I wait for my, okay, it's hot. I use my iron is a very, very heavy iron, so this is why I used it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay it on there, and I'm going to bend this up, and the heat from the iron will dry the board, and then I'm kind of bending this part up so it kind of bends it back. And these were pretty warped when I got them, and I decided I couldn't do anything. So this is a good fix. So if you have more of this board, don't throw it away if it's warped. Try doing this. Just don't leave it unattended, because you don't want to. I mean, it's straight now. I mean, it still has to dry a little more, but it's a lot straighter than it was when I first got it. And I've been working on this because I'm going to do another one of these, the projects that I'm about to show you. I'm going to do one more of them with this. And I know I said after I did my Christmas carousel thing that I wasn't going to do any more Christmas, but I got inspired to do Christmas, I don't know, because I was doing Christmas cards, and I remembered I had these, and I was like, because I want to send ornaments along with my Christmas cards, so I wanted to do something big, so I decided to use these because I knew I wasn't going to use it for an album cover. So this is not dry yet, but once it is dry, and I'm not sure if you could use your heating tool on it. You probably could. The other thing you could probably do is get it nice and wet, maybe iron it a little bit, and then place it underneath some really heavy items like books or whatnot. And I think that will help. Do it overnight, so by the time you know, in the morning when it's dry and stuff in the heaviness, it should straighten the wood back out again, at least to the point of, you know, where it's a little straighter. I want to bend this up a little bit, but the heat helps. And I'm not sure if the heat gun would work. I don't know if it gets hot enough like an iron does. So, but you can see this is almost straight now. I mean, it is like pretty straight. So that's just a quick tip you could do with this. If you have these and they're pretty warped, I would try doing that. I mean, I seriously, you know, instead of throwing it away, I'm all about repurposing things or you know, trying to fix things. I love to do that. So yeah, so that's pretty straight, and this I'll use for my next one. So then after I did that, I got worried that the the gesso in the paint would warp it again, but it actually didn't. It stayed, it actually did pretty good. I'm happy with how it turned out, and let me show you what I did. So this is what I did with it, and it's just a wall hanging to hang on the wall. Let me just pull out a little bit so that, oops, you can see the whole thing. So you have the door in the back, and once again, I mean, you can tell that it's not, well, I hope you can tell, it's pretty straight. It's just a little bit, and I think that was because of the gesso, but when I had gotten done with ironing the door, it was as straight as this one. But it didn't, it looks fine to me, up close. So anyways, what I did was I just gessoed the door after I ironed it. I know that sounds kind of funny, being a door and ironing it, but, and then I painted it with, I used the melted butter, and then I used my Tim Holtz tea dye, and I just stressed around the paint. I poked holes in it, and I used the grommets to put in there, and then I took my ribbon, put my ribbon through, and up here I just put a piece of ribbon around here so that this can hang from a nail or whatnot. And this is just a bell with a sticker on it. And then this is wire ribbon that I just made a bow out of. These are some silk flowers that I had probably picked up last year at the dollar store. I took them apart because they only come 2 petals, 2 pieces, and I wanted to make them 3. So I took them apart and made them triple layer and put the middles back. I hot glued them together. This was a piece, the light here was a piece off of the Sacrafter's house that had broken on me when I was doing the house. So I kept it because I wanted to reuse it. So I just cut the little thing off, and that went to the house, and used it on here. And what I did, I embossed this with brown embossing powder. I think I used Stampin' and Stuff. I don't know, it was in my stash. I don't think I'd ever used it before because it's filled right up to the top. But I did it in brown, and then the white snow is actually this stuff. It's Scribbles. It's like a puffy paint. It's actually, well, it's 3D paint, but people use this on fabric. So I have a drawer full of all different colors. So I used it for the snow that's here and here. I have a couple leaves, silk leaves behind the flowers. There's a little small chalkboard here that I just painted red, put some bling, and I had plans on, you know, like getting a piece of chalk and writing 24 or 25 or something, or maybe even just the countdown to Christmas on there, but I didn't do that yet. Let's see, the paper, I put the paper on the back, and I think it's My Mind's Eye paper. I just went into my 12 by 12 single paper stack because I was doing my Christmas cards. You know, I don't have a paper pad this big, so I'm not sure what paper this is. It doesn't say. It looks like I probably got it at a garage sale, to believe it or not. It looks like it was ripped out of an album, but I've never had an album this big of Christmas paper, so I'm not really sure. I think, so that's what I used for the Christmas tree and for the Santa. I used that one, and then I used, the chandelier came off of a 6x6 paper pad. I'm trying to find it. I'm just kind of lost here. Oh, here it is. The chandelier came off of this Christmas Home, Teresa Collins. It was one of the pages in this. That came off of that. The little sediments here on the paperclip, and the paperclip actually does work. The sediments just sit underneath there, or whatever you want to call them, the pieces of paper. It says songs of the season, because I lined the back of it with musical paper. It's just this. I got it a single sheet. I don't know if it was Hobby Lobby. I think it says it on here. It's the Paper Studio. And I just lined the back, and I put these two on top of that, the chandelier. And then I glued that to the back. I painted the tiny clothespin, put some paper on it, and actually the paper for the clothespin I got from this stack. It's Kringle and Company, American Crafts, and I actually used, this paper is pretty neat because it comes 6 by 6, but up here is also, you know, different style paper. So I figured since that was so small, instead of wasting a whole 6 by 6, I just used a piece of that. I pulled out the paper and I just used this top part that we normally throw away. Like I said, I like to upcycle and reuse, and it's just the way I am. I can't throw anything away, and it's probably why my room is so filled with stuff. Okay, so anyways, I put some stickles for the star, some of the ornaments on the tree just to make it pop a little bit. I put some stickles on his hat and on the bottom of his Santa outfit. I put some of these are recollections on both sides here. Let's see, I cut this out of the paper that I had used. It was one of the sayings, and it says, "Christmas waves a magic wand over this world, and behold, everything is softer and more beautiful." And then these are just stickers, and I just randomly put some of these snowflakes in different places. And there's some wild craft flowers over here. So that is my Sacrafter's door that I altered, and I'm going to alter the next one, and I might possibly show it when I get it finished, but I'm not sure when I'm doing that. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you all for watching, and have a great Thanksgiving.